Now, the Volta Revival Foundation, an NGO that actually human rights and combating child trafficking, has actually identified Ada as the primary center for child trafficking in Ghana. This was made known during a day's workshop organized for stakeholders in the Ada East municipality. The workshop aimed to raise awareness about the escalating child trafficking situation in the area. Journalist Elvis Washington provides us with details.
Child traffickers have developed new methods for trafficking children, prompting the need to educate stakeholders about these trends for better vigilance, as explained by the Volta Revival Foundation. The traffickers now promises their targets opportunities such as apprenticeship, education, exposure to urban life, and more. Julius Odoi Amesimeku, the country manager of the Volta Revival Foundation, an NGO focused on curbing child trafficking, outlined strategies to counter this issue, noting that Ada has become a hotspot for child trafficking in recent times.
Well, we've realized we've been working with the communities of Ada for some time, and it's out of the fact that Ada has been described as a hotbed for child trafficking and child labor. So we decided to put together this particular meeting with support from IGM, so that we can bring the various stakeholders in child protection together. So we brought the chiefs, we brought the DCE, the MP, and then the assembly members together. We wanted to deliberate on some of the measures that we need to take to ensure that we protect children. And we said the child protection network or net in Ghana is very weak, and that of Ada is very, very weak. So we wanted to bring this group of people or stakeholders together to talk and also plan for the way forward, so that we all know the roles that we need to play in protecting children. We believe that the children are our future leaders, and we need not allow children to just grow in any environment, but they need to be protected and guided even as they grow to become our future leaders.
However, Comfordoyo Gansa, the Member of Parliament for the Ada East constituency, who was present at the stakeholder engagement, offered a different perspective.
For the child labor issue, the negative aspects, I don't support it, because some of them, they send them and they work like horse, just because parents have been giving money, so you have to go and work like a horse, and their future is at stake. So those ones, I don't support them. But those who have genuine case that I'm going to fishing and I'm learning how to fish, future I want to be a fisherman, let's allow it. And we should be careful with the way we ourselves label our culture. We should be careful, because we are training our children now to leave our culture behind and embrace the Eastern culture. And it's not happiness. That's what has brought this whole lot of unemployment.
Attendees present at the stakeholder engagement praised the efforts of NGOs in their endeavors to combat the challenge.
At first, it's on the ascendancy. Now it's coming down because of the educations that we are having from organizations like IGM, SOS, and other Challenging Heights and other NGOs. So it's coming down. I think our problem has to do with education, and that is what we are having now.
A lot of parents are around the coastal areas who don't know the importance of education, because they have not been to school themselves. So my advice to those parents is like they should encourage, though they have not get access to education, but they should encourage their children in all means or by all means for them to get their education, because it's very important, like in our lives, that we need to force our children to get the education that they want.
The one-day stakeholder meeting brought together community leaders, assembly members, community residents, opinion leaders, and the Member of Parliament for the Ada constituency. For Joy News, my name is Elvis Washington.